If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah, life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah.
Hey, welcome to Superintendent Spotlight. We got absolutely no warning. I guess the end of the song though is our cue.
I did say here we go over the speakers. Did they turn it down or something?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Okay.
But welcome to Superintendent Spotlight. It is June 15th. It is our last show of the year.
Wow.
Did we get renewed for next season, or are we canned?
No, you're renewed.
Okay, good.
With the ratings you get from me.
Yeah. Well, that's why we have Dan on regularly. Yeah. And so we're in 8 seasons.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Is that like one of the longer ones on community radio, Pete? 8 seasons? No, we may have lost him.
Yeah, actually, it is.
Okay.
Bob Plass is the full boat, and so is Tina Gorman. But you guys are pretty close.
Wow. And it's also National Fudge Day.
It is.
Have you ever heard anyone exclaim, "Oh, fudge"?
Is June 15th is National Fudge Day, or are we in the ballpark of National
We're in the
Fudge?
ballpark.
Okay.
National Fudge Day. June 16th. It's actually
Okay.
tomorrow. But there was nothing today that I could go with to provide food.
Well, it is my birthday. We could have got it. We could have brought a cake in.
Today?
Yeah.
Today's your birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I mean,
Happy
thank you
birthday,
so much.
Chris.
32 again.
As I said to my family this morning, you only turn 39 once. You know what I mean? It's just.
Well, that means you're actually you're actually my age today.
39?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
I turned 40 in a couple weeks.
That's right. That's right.
It is really
I
good.
hope you're
sun
that
today.
far off when we get to the song.
And that's so we'll have 4 songs today, and you're going to have to guess the year. I figured I did a good. I made some good selections today when I was driving into to work this morning, and 2 of the 4 songs were on the radio.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Coincidental.
No such
that
thing as
happens.
coincidence.
Well, so if you ever heard anyone exclaim, "Oh, fudge," when they've screwed something up, kind of like the Slinky, the Post-it note, potato chips, and penicillin, the dense candy-like treat known as fudge is believed to have been a mistake. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Not intentional. According to legend, a confectioner flubbed while trying to make caramel, but ended up creating something just as tasty, and so we celebrate this happy accident on June 16th, which is National Fudge Day. So you always learn something new here on Superintendent Spotlight.
So basically, if you throw a pound of sugar, and no matter how it comes out, it tastes good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And is terrible for you. Let's
Yes.
right.
But we're going to have 6 different flavors of fudge that our culinary students are going to present to us to sample. I hope you like fudge.
I think it's going to be pistachio.
You think like that's your
I
favorite?
think it's coming.
Nah, it's going to be mint.
It's going to be mint.
Yeah, absolutely. Peanut butter mint, chocolate, original.
I think I got one of the flavors
Do you remember this
for
from
my
last year's Fudge Day?
co-host on his birthday.
Okay.
So let's see how that goes.
All
I
right,
think you'll
brother.
like it.
Sounds good.
So the last day of school is next Tuesday, and it is a half day, and it is a long weekend, and so I expect attendance on Tuesday will be 100%.
My best guess estimate, Zap, is probably a little shy of that moniker.
Good luck with
but,
that.
Yeah.
99.8. No.
Probably like his age. Yeah.
Yeah, within 10 percentage points here and there.
But our high school students get dismissed at 11. Our middle and intermediate schools get dismissed at 11:30, and our elementary schools are dismissed at 12:15. And then we are off for the summer. But today we have a bunch of guests around the table, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then we will talk about the progress of the new elementary school, which is very, very exciting. I know Pete I don't know if he has it or is working on a video for us that we're going to show some drone footage of what it looks like from a couple days ago, right?
Haven't got the email yet, but I'm still waiting for it.
Jeez.
All right, so Dan's going to be working on getting that done while we do it. So we're going to start with Brian Ferret. Let us know who you are, what you do, and yeah.
Yeah,
And I can introduce you all.
I mean, you kind of just did, but yeah, Brian Ferret, Director of
No, I-
Facilities for the City of Westfield, in charge of all the city buildings and sometimes the schools when they need a little bit of a hand.
Thank you.
And yeah,
And your involvement in the new schools, obviously.
yeah, I'm involved. I hang out in the trailer a little bit, a couple times a week, and
you're on
make
the school
sure
building committee.
my past coworker Mike is doing the right thing. So hopefully he's listening. knows I'm watching them.
All right. And then Dan is next to me.
I'm the project director.
Yeah, Dan Pilata.
Project, that's the official title that MSBA.
And you've worked in Westfield before.
We've done a lot of work in Westfield, the senior center, the city hall, almost all of your schools.
Yeah.
Something on all of your schools.
Little River Fire
Little
Station.
River
Little
Fire
River Fire Station.
So yeah, we're three mayors strong, I think, or is it four?
Four.
Four.
Mayors strong.
4.
Yeah.
And we're very fortunate that Westfield continues to ask us to come back. We're really excited about the school, and I think that everybody's going to be floored by my colleague here to the left of me, design. So,
The design is incredible.
No
Design's
question
incredible.
about it.
so I'm going to push.
Is that the single-story building, or?
Introduce him.
So I'm Bert Gardner with Kalo and Bienick Architects. As Dan said, we designed the building, but I'll make one small correction. Really, the design is the city's design. We work really hard to kind of get their feedback and understand what their vision for the school is. And the building's just a reflection of what the city of Westfield has in mind for their students' future. So
That's
really
terrific.
happy to be a part of it. We've done some work in Westfield to do as well, and work with P3 a lot too, and really enjoy the relationship. So.
Very nice. Bert, how long have you been with Caleb Bienick? Can I ask that?
Sure.
The same as Chris's age, or?
Are we in there?
Yeah, but you guys got one.
Not quite,
Zap's
but
not
how many
afraid.
days?
Zap's not
About
afraid to
20
throw
days.
people's age or years under the bus. He does it all the time. Yeah.
It's about 24 years. I've been with
24
the firm.
years.
Oh, that's a lot more than 4 mayors.
Yeah, that is. That is. Wow. And we like Caleb Bienick is local too,
Yes.
right? So that's we like to support local business. So that's terrific.
Absolutely.
And then Tammy.
Hi, I'm Tammy Teft. I'm the Chief Procurement Officer for the city. I am the Vice Chair of the School Building Committee, and I am one of the project managers that oversees some of our construction projects.
You are, and we appreciate your help all the
thank you.
time.
Absolutely.
How many mayors do you have?
Let's just say I am starting my 19th year.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
All right. All right. That answers.
Not as many as Bert, but
All right. So anyone can jump in. Where are we right now? I mean, you drive by, people talk to me. They're like, we can kind of see what's going on, but not really. And they've asked, like, how far is it coming along? So anyone can jump in, just kind of.
So I'll give you a quick update on where we are. First of all, we're thrilled that people are looking to see their new school, but we want to remind everybody it's construction site.
That's right.
And it's a look-see only. Do not cross the line. We are currently working on foundations. All buildings sit on a foundation, and we're working on storm drainage and utilities for the school. All of the water on this project gets recycled back into the ground.
Wow. Nice.
And we want, those take systems that we're all working on and will be working on during the summer. We're also in the process, just about ready to start pouring some what are called spread footings. When you take a load of a building, it goes to a point, and it would obviously punch through the ground,
right?
all the way to China, unless you put a spread footing to push that load all the way out. So they're working on those on what we call sequence number 1, and sequence number 1 is the first group of steel that'll come. Each of the thousands of pieces detailed, looked at, approved by Bert before we can even install them, and then we in the construction side ensure that they're installed properly.
What can I just say? I've learned so much.
Sequence 1 is
in this
is
process,
done.
and you just taught me something else. I always wondered how it doesn't go to China. I mean, you want to know that.
It's pretty simple. The building weighs X, and there's a live load of people and things that move, and that's on top of X, and then there's a safety factor on top of that,
Right.
and then you take the bearing capacity of the soil, which we did by geotechnical analysis long ago,
Right.
throughout the whole site, and that's how they determine what goes where.
How much they need.
Yeah, it's kind of like what you do every year when you're scheduling. I mean, you know how many students you have,
Right.
you know how many classrooms you have, and
then they gotta
have
make
to,
it work.
you have to match the two.
Right. All right. It is 9:17, about almost 9:18. Pete, I want to take our first break. Are you good with that? All right. And this first song was number 82 on the top 100 Billboard of this year. Number 82.
Number 82. We've been together since way back when. Sometimes I never want to see you again. But I want you to know, after all these years, you're still the one I want whispering in my ear. You're still the one I want to talk to in bed. Still the one that turns my head. We're still having fun, and you're still the one. I look at your face every day, but I never saw it till I went away. When we're together, I just wanted to go. Deep in the desert, I love by the snow. You're still the one that makes me laugh. Still the one that's my better half. We're still having fun, and you're still the one. You're still the one that makes me strong. Still the one I wanna take along. We're still having fun, and you're still the one. Yes, you are. Changing our lives as we go. Even though we grow, it goes through. You're still the one that I love to touch. Still the one, and I can't get enough. We're still having fun, and you're still the one. You're still the one who can scratch my itch. You're still the one that I wouldn't switch. We're still having fun, and you're still the one. You are still the one that makes me shout. Still the one that I dream about. We're still having fun, and you're still the one. You are still the one. You're still the one. We're still having fun, and you're still the one.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Welcome back to Superintendent Spotlight. That was Still the One by Orleans. You've heard that?
Oh, yeah.
before?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a pretty,
Good song.
good song. So our next song is going to be number 96 of this year. Again, we're guessing the year. All 4 songs were in the top 100 in the same year. So we're just and Dan Pilata is our resident winner, I believe. He's
I'm reigning champ.
Yeah, he's a reigning champ. So we need to dethrone him.
Or let it continue.
Okay, well, I'm okay with that.
Okay,
I'm okay with that. too.
Say, you know,
So
he's the smartest guy in the room. Let it continue.
The oldest guy in the room.
well, and all of that it gives him experience, right? We'll talk. He's been
We'll
around.
use that. We'll go with that.
You are muted.
Weathered.
Pete, play. He's on the list.
All right. Before while we're on the break, I want and Bert had referenced the design. So, Bert, can you tell us a little bit about the design of the school, and then we'll talk about information sharing. But go ahead if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. Kind of the nitty-gritty facts. It's a pre-K to grade 4 school, 2 stories, about 88,500 square feet. But really, hopefully what the kids take out of it is it's really all about having the school help participate in their educational journey. There was a lot of talk about having the architecture of the school kind of be a teacher in itself in addition to the staff that's there. So we do a lot of things inside the building that kind of promote that, whether it's areas that are designed for students to gather and work together, kind of brainstorming through ideas, or just the materials that we use, tying back to nature, a recycling center we've got kind of front and center in the building so that kids can learn that whole process and understand how it works. And the school itself will have student jobs that coincide with that. So the students will be bringing the recycling from their classrooms to the center and sorting it. And so that's been a really important driving factor behind the design of the school. When you look to it from the street, I think that the earliest visions for the quality, the aesthetic quality of the building, were a New England school, New England schoolhouse. And we looked at Westfield actually and took a lot of precedence from the local area as far as the materials that we chose, the color scheme that we looked at, and just kind of how the massing of the building relates back to the community that it serves.
Flat roof, obviously.
Flat roof is somewhat of a necessity so that you don't end up with a pitch that ends up being all roof and short walls is what it would look like.
That's right.
But we do have pitched roofs facing the street. They're actually
yes.
mansards to kind of mimic a pitched New England style roof line.
Absolutely.
We think it's going to fit really well.
I agree.
Right,
really
in the
do.
neighborhood. I'm very excited.
You go through a lot of neighborhoods and all of a sudden you see a school, boom, there it is.
Sure.
I think this one's going to blend in really nice. I really
And
do.
Bert, to your point with the learning environment, talk about those breakout spaces because that's something that's really different, I think, than what we actually have in any of the schools now. So
It is.
1,000% agree.
Stole my question.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh my God, I'm thinking like you. This is bad.
So we really
No comment.
Run away as fast as you can.
We really tried beginning in the classroom, providing areas that students can either work as a whole group or a small group or even individually. So the classrooms are set up like that, but then within each classroom neighborhood that we've got in the building, which would consist of 4 general classrooms and a resource room, generally speaking. In the middle, the corridor kind of widens out between all the entrances to these classrooms so that kids from, the class across the hall or something can join with kids on the other side on a group effort and really kind of collaborate. The teachers can come out. There's some small group workspaces even off of that so that if you've got a group of 15 kids working on a large project, but 2 or 3 are focused on one aspect of it, they can kind of move into this quieter area. It's still open. There's glass walls that kind of join them visually. But there's a little bit of acoustic separation there so that they can kind of concentrate on what they're doing.
That's terrific.
So those are within the classroom neighborhoods, but then we've also got outside the guidance suites, or not guidance, I guess they're your adjustment counselors in Westfield. Really strong PBIS programs here and really strong counseling programs to look at the mental health side of the students' well-being. We've got enclosed small group rooms where those special programs can kind of happen. The kids can kind of work together, talk whatever the issues they're having, but they use them for everything from lunch hour with as a reward to just kind of emotional support groups. And then finally outside the not the cafeteria, outside the cafeteria, we've got some open lounge space just for informal gathering. And then in the lobby, when you enter, there's a big monumental stair that's kind of like a whole grade level could gather there at one time and show off their student work that they've been doing.
That's terrific. How about the cafeteria.
Cafegimatorium.
That.
So it's a cafetorium, actually, not the cafegimatorium.
Thank you.
Okay.
So MSBA is, a big funder of the project, and they've got guidelines that they like us to follow. And we're happy to do it. What they like to see is maximum utilization of a school building, so that you don't have, an auditorium that would sit empty 90% of the day at an elementary school level, that the city would have to pay to heat and everything else. So,
Absolutely.
So we do use, we've got the option of combining the auditorium function with your cafeteria or your gym. In our case, we've got an opening on both sides of the stage, which sits right between those two spaces. So you can have smaller presentations on the cafeteria side, which is a smaller room than the gym, or if you've got a whole school assembly and you want all the students, all 400 students in the building, to be able to come and watch one thing at a time, or your end-of-year shows, the gym has an opening to the stage too, so that you
That's
can
pretty
kinda
awesome.
have it both ways.
Yeah.
Right.
Maximum use of space.
Yeah.
And MSBA requires it, right?
They strongly encourage it.
They
yes.
strongly encourage it. MSBA has been a great partner on this one.
They have.
They're providing a lot of money,
Sure.
and that means that, taxpayers don't have to pay it.
Right.
And every time you buy a candy bar, 1 cent of that sales tax goes to this program. And, it was Westfield's turn, and we're excited about
We
it.
haven't had a school since 1999.
I know it's time to queue up another one.
I know.
It's time.
I agree.
Can we just get through this one?
High school.
I know. No, I'm for that. Brian, from the city director of facilities, what's your assessment of the school project? I can ask. I know you got to run, so I wanted to get
You
your.
want to get me right before I got to scoot out the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a great project for the city. Kalo and Dan and Tammy and the rest of this building committee did a great job selecting different finishes and fits for this school. It's very economical building materials, so we got a good value for what we're seeing, and it's not like we're cheaping out on how it's going to look.
Right.
So at the same time, we're still going to have the functionality and be able to take care of the building without having to do expensive repairs down the road.
And that's what we wanted to, when we were planning this, that was huge. It's about maintaining it as well. How long is the school going to be for? What are we building a school for?
50 years.
50 years.
Well,
We all know that.
Dan, you said 50 in the meeting. I have a recording.
We're
Pete, can we play that back from the council meeting, please?
We're required to design it for 50 years, but that school will be there 100 years. You
Oh,
mark
yeah.
my words.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I don't want the people to think that, it's only a 50-year school.
Well, schools don't expire at 50 years. Otherwise,
They don't.
we would be in a building that wasn't here
Correct.
right now, because the
But
school's
the,
pretty old,
the
too.
requirement structurally is that it's 50 years.
50
but
years.
Right.
This school's going to be here for 100 years.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to come back in 100 years just to prove
boy.
Brian wrong. So
You're going to have legs on your urn walking you through the hallways? How's that going to go?
No, we'll
you're
pull
going
in
to be
Agawam
you're going to be
Paranormal.
holding the porta potty.
Well, I'll have an Agawam Paranormal. That's before this show.
Jeez.
All right, it is 9:31. We're going to take our second break. This song was number 96.
Number 96. You show us everything you've got. You keep on dancing and the room gets hot. You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Welcome back to Superintendent Spotlight. If you didn't know that song, I don't know where you've been, but it's Rock and Roll All Night by Kiss. It was number 96 of this year.
96 of that
particular
because
year.
believe me, that song got higher than 96.
It did.
Well,
But-
it was 96 for the year-end countdown with Casey Kasem.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is the red herring song that he throws in there.
I always throw one in there, don't I, Pete?
Just remember,
I got to throw
that
one in.
That's what threw me off last week too.
Yeah, I know.
And Casey Kasem has passed, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
a while ago.
Yeah.
Casey Kasem also did the voice of Robin on the Super Friends for years.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think today's Casey Kasem's birthday, isn't it?
Learn something new every day.
Is it really?
Today's
I believe it
Casey's
is, yeah.
birthday.
Look how much knowledge you're getting here on
No.
Superintendent Spotlight.
Yeah. Casey
Unfortunately,
Kasem.
half
yeah.
of our audience doesn't know who Casey Kasem is.
That's true. That's true.
Ooh, I forgot about. It.
No.
I thought everyone knew Casey Kasem because who took over for him? Wasn't it Ryan Seacrest or something? Who took over?
know,
for
Shadow
him?
Stevens.
Do they still?
Who?
original
Shadow
person
Stevens
was the first person
You're
that took
right.
over.
Shadow Stevens.
I only remember Shadow
Actually,
Stevens from the
Casey
Hollywood
Kasem-
Squares. Do you remember the Hollywood
Yes.
Squares?
Casey
He
Kasem
was,
died today.
he was in the middle
2014.
top.
Oh, he
In
passed
2014.
away in 2014 today. Okay. Yeah, but he was that was
His voice was
Huge.
like iconic.
Yeah.
I mean, you always recognize it. All right, Pete, do we have the video to cue or do we need to wait till the next break?
I still haven't gotten an email from anybody yet. I'm still
I've sent it twice, man.
I know.
Check your
I don't know
spam.
what's going on.
Uh-oh.
I had checking the spam.
All right. So in terms of the new school, what is the timeline now that we're looking at? I don't know if who wants to jump in on that.
So the timeline's kind of interesting.
I'm just not to interrupt you. I just want to know, like I've said many times, that I think I'm going to win this wager with the superintendent. So I'm dying to hear this.
So contractually, the school has to be completed in late November, early December, a year from November, December.
Right.
We all believed when we put the documents out that the school could be completed by September.
Right.
With a late August move-in, charrette.
2020,
Everybody's screaming
2024.
2024.
But there are supply chain issues. And
Absolutely.
we extended the date not because of we didn't think they could get the building done in time. We extended the date because it's hard for somebody to give the city of Westfield a bond of performance, which requires them, with liquidated damages built into it.
Sure, of course.
Knowing that there's a supply chain crisis and a couple of items that are critical, like air conditioning units so the kids can breathe, have to be installed and tested before we open the school. So we're tracking it. Right now it's December. If we can do
Of
better,
2024. Yep.
If we can do better, we'll do better.
Sure.
But you can clearly see that we have an extremely competent contractor that's built, I think, over 100
Yes.
schools. At
Easily.
least 100.
Easily.
Wow.
They're one of
Yeah.
the best.
yeah.
Wow.
They're about as professional as you get in this business, and they're all business.
And another local firm.
And
Another
they're a
local
local
firm.
That's
Right.
even
And
better.
we got a lot of local
do.
subs
A
too.
lot of local
We were
subs.
fortunate to get a lot of local.
Well, Fontaine is local.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're out of
Fontaine's
Springfield.
out of Springfield.
Yep. But even to Dan's point, even some of the subs, so your electrical, HVAC, those subs, a lot of them are from the local area too.
That's
With
terrific.
Adams.
Yep.
You want to support local business.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you can.
But we're in public bidding, And
Right, so that
I
complicates it.
can't pick and choose, or she'll yell
I
at
can't
me.
pick and choose. I can't pick and
She will
choose.
yell at
So what does that mean, Tammy, when you're in public bidding? Just so our listeners understand,
Sure.
what does that mean?
Sure. So state statute says that anything that we purchase, whether it's construction or materials for schools, city, or whatever, is goes through a public process. So it's open to everybody to bid as long as they're qualified.
Okay.
So it's a low bid, and I know that when people hear that, they think negative thoughts. Cities and towns still have the right to reject somebody if they're a non-performer, if they have poor quality when they do their work. But for the most part, it is a low bid situation. So we bid it. The filed sub-bids are all the trades that come in. They bid first, and then the GCs pick the trades they want to use.
GCs are
The general contractor. So
Sorry.
that would be like Fontaine.
Yep.
And then they pick their filed sub-bids they want to work with. Some of them are willing to take the non-low bid because maybe they have a better working relationship, and that's what really drives that contract.
Okay.
We're very, very fortunate of how many local Western Mass, Massachusetts companies that bid on this project, and that was important to me. And the fact that Fontaine actually was low, they were the low one on the previous project that we weren't able to really get off.
Oh, they were the
ground.
same one.
They're the same one. So to me, it kind of came full circle. They were a phenomenal partner with us through that whole process that we had to go through, the closeout process. They really worked closely with Westfield and did right by us.
Right.
So the fact that they were low and are now going to be able to complete the school was awesome for me.
Absolutely.
And just to interject and
Yeah.
kind of, play on the local aspect, Fontaine's got a great project manager, Stan Pachelka, and he grew up in the Franklin Avenue neighborhood.
Oh, really?
So we've got an
Really
actual
coming full circle,
neighborhood
isn't it?
boy kind of running the job for Fontaine, which is good.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Tammy,
Yes.
how can people keep up to date on our
That is a great
on the
question.
project?
Great question.
Great question. So right now, you graciously have put a link on your school website,
Right.
Which is
Schoolsofwestfield.org. Yep.
So please visit that. There is a link on there for the Franklin Ave project.
And there's one on the school websites too. So if you go to Abner
Yep.
Gibbs's website and Franklin Avenue's website, it's there too.
Yep. And so there is a way for you to actually keep track of the project through the newsletters that our OPM, our project managers, do for us.
Nice job, Dan. Thank you.
And
They're informative.
They are.
They are.
How many people sign up and listen?
Yep. And there's a way to sign up to actually get them directly into your email. And both school principals have been great about posting the photos. So our project managers do drone photos for us. They send them to me for the files. So I've been forwarding those on to both of the principals for them
They've
to
been
put the
putting
drone footage on their website. So please check it out. It is phenomenal to really see that footprint of the building come to life from rectangles on a piece of paper. You can now actually see the footprint.
You can see the footprint of the building.
It is
I mean, we
phenomenal.
saw a video at the school building committee this is the video we're trying to get, but I don't know if we're going to get it.
We're working it hard.
But it was a minute long, but that video, it was just interesting. You're on Zoom, and so you see everyone smiling as the video is playing because you can
Nice.
see the progress of what's happening.
Nice.
And, this is my first school building project as a superintendent, as any part in education.
Sure.
And it has been an incredible learning process. And I think, I want to say, people have said it's a lot of work. It is, and it is, but it's not bad work. It's
enjoyable.
It's exciting.
You know what we find
Yeah.
is the hardest part for the schools is the education plan.
Yeah.
And, we had a good education plan, and the MSBA liked the MSBA education plan. The Facility Assessment Committee, remember the FAS?
Boy. Yeah.
They're tough, and they liked what we were doing. They
Yep.
made some suggestions. Bert incorporated the suggestions, and that's a lot of work. That's work that nobody sees. Even the building committee doesn't really participate.
They don't.
In that. I mean, it's direct school department work. The OPM can't do it. Purchasing can't do it. The architect can't do it. Only the schools can do it. And they did it well, and they did it on time.
They did.
During
COVID.
During COVID.
Yeah, and I mentioned, so we had our ceremonial groundbreaking the other day, June 7th or 8th. It was in that range.
Yeah.
What did I do yesterday? I don't even remember. And we want to point out that we didn't allow students there. I know people said it would have been nice to see some kids, and I don't disagree. But the project has already been.
Sure.
I mean, we broke ground in April. And so, we really, you can't have kids.
It was
that way.
active.
It was an
and
active
The GC was
construction.
very, they've been great throughout the whole process for us. But when we brought it up, it was just one of those a little bit nerve-wracking to actually have that many people on an active site. But we are excited to do a couple of other things. The kids are going to actually be able to sign a beam that will be actually put into the building. So the GC is working on getting a beam so that both Franklin and Abner kids. Awesome. Here we go. This
Is
one
that
of
a picture or a video?
There we go.
That's one of the pictures.
Excellent.
Those are pictures. I got something.
So Dan or Bert, can you?
That's a spread footing, folks.
You talked about that earlier.
That is a spread.
Look at I paid attention.
There you go.
Oh, there you can see the footprint.
Wow.
You didn't see this yet, did you?
No.
That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So there you can really see the footprint of the actual building.
Nice.
That is awesome.
And the old school in the background.
Yeah. Which will be torn down after we move into the
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of something we have to do later.
Yeah. We should probably wait till the kids are out of the building.
The kids need somewhere to go.
They do. All right, Pete, we're going to take our next break. This song is number 51 of the year that we are looking for.
Number 51.
Number 51.
Oh, I love
it. Number 51.
Every time that I look in the mirror, all these lines in my face getting clearer. The past is gone, it went by like dusk to dawn. Isn't that the way? Everybody's got the dues in life to pay. Yeah, I know nobody knows where it comes and where it goes. I know everybody says you got to lose to know how. Half my life's in books, written pages, living, learn from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things come back to you. Sing with me, sing for the year, sing for the laughter, sing for the tear. Sing with me, it's just for today. Maybe tomorrow the good Lord will take you away.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 at 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Hey, welcome back to Superintendent Spotlight. And as we're talking on the air, Farmhouse Fudge or something is what it was called. So here we are. All right, I got to put my headphones on.
Still never got the email, but I found it somewhere else.
Oh, perfect. So what you saw while we were coming back was just the video footage of a drone of the project, and that was terrific. So when we come back, you got a funny story?
I do have a funny story. So we drone all our projects, and Mike, he couldn't get the drone to fly. And this is how technological the world has become. If he's too close to the National Guard, the drone turns off.
Going to say,
Oh,
probably
dead-
turned off.
Restricted
How does
airspace.
how does it do that?
Restricted airspace on
It's a
GPS.
restricted airspace on the GPS. So he has to start the flight way on the other side and not go near it.
Otherwise, it just shuts down.
Otherwise, it does funky things. But don't fly your drones around military installations.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. All right, to my right, which you can't see on the screen.
Wait a
we
minute,
have
and then there was. I'll play the epic music.
Ooh.
Fudge.
Whoa!
Look at that.
There it is.
The National Fudge Day. And there are 6 different kinds. So we've got Chef Rogers to our right. I love the music. And we have a student with us too, right, Chef?
Yes.
So come on over just closer to the mics. Hopefully Pete can turn up that last mic for us so we can...
Yep, we have Joey Figueroa joining us today. He's a junior, soon to be senior in our culinary program. Does a fantastic job.
All right.
One of our best front of the house students we have.
I've eaten and he's done a great job.
Attention to detail, spot on.
Great. Oh, perfect. All right, Joey, what do we got?
So here we have the salted caramel.
Salted caramel.
We also have the strawberry covered with chocolate.
Yep.
And then peanut butter with chocolate. And then we have a truffle.
Turtle.
Sorry. And then we also have the Butterfinger and then Death by Chocolate.
All right.
I got the Butterfinger for Chris.
I thought so.
You hate them all, or like?
Oh yes,
I'm
ate 'em all.
I'm not going to do the peanut butter one, and I really wanted to only do one, but it looks like I'm taking the other 5.
All right. I think we all want one piece of each.
Can we edit this segment out so that my wife doesn't see
Too late. It'll be posted on Facebook.
Tough to edit the co-host out, Dan. You know.
We could try.
But he just doesn't want the peanut.
I just don't want
Pete will. I mean, Chris will take 2 peanuts.
I'll take Butterfinger and peanut butter. Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like you're not.
You're gonna get one of each. And
Sometimes
share.
you don't.
You're just gonna get one of each. And then we'll do a take-home after if we need to. But I like fudge, but it's very sweet, right?
Very
and it's
sweet.
a lot of
It's
sugar.
heavy.
It's
Yeah, I'm not
heavy.
sure I can eat all like
No,
yeah,
please
maybe
do not eat all of that right now.
No. Without,
If you ate all of that
like,
right
not even-
now, I would be very impressed.
We'll grab some to-go boxes too.
Oh,
That
this looks
would be
beautiful.
fantastic if we
Yeah,
could
so
get
that's
it
the
to go.
Butterfinger for sure. Wow.
I'm going to come to
Look at
this
the turtle.
every week.
Look at that
That
one.
looks delicious.
Oh
Which
my
one is
God.
that?
Hey Dan, you missed prime rib day.
I know I did. I was.
He had to watch from
No,
the
he
screen.
was
I know,
he was
that's
on
right.
the show.
I was
That's
on
right,
the
he was
show,
on the show, but
watching
you were
the
zooming.
guys salivate over prime
That's
rib.
right. I remember that.
Thank you so much. These look amazing.
Joey, I'm gonna go grab some to-go boxes.
Wow.
And guess what? We'll eat the rest.
So at 9:54, is it time for song year guesses or what? Are
Yes.
we almost there?
We should
or-
do that.
We should do that.
So which
I'll
one?
take one of everything but peanut.
You want to? So that
I'm going to go with.
well, the last song I did, it was "Dream On" by Aerosmith was number 51, and then the last song that we'll go out with is "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" by Elton John and Kiki D, and that was number 2 of that year. So I'm not going to lie, I tried to pick songs to throw you off because everyone keeps getting the answers, and I'm supposed to, you know what I'm saying?
By the way, Dan, I did the convenient sign up for the P3 newsletter so I can get this stuff when you send it out.
I appreciate that. It comes directly to you.
Which one did you take, Ken?
After the after
would you like
all
a
our
piece of
poor
fudge?
English
Sure.
is corrected, it goes out.
and then take the rest back for you guys. He's in the booth.
That
Thank
was-
you,
that was
Joey.
a
That
nice
was
one.
terrific.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Did anyone try it yet?
I'm ready
Not
to
yet.
guess.
I don't have a fork, so I have to use my hands. Darn.
That's
Here.
okay. We're all
It's
doing
fudge.
the
That's
same.
what you're supposed to do.
All right, let's do our guesses. Pete, do you have a guess yet? We'll start with you.
It was a 74.
Chris?
74.
Yeah, I'm 74 too.
Bert?
I'm going with 82.
Wow.
82.
I am 78.
77 from Ken over there. The answer is 1976.
The reigning champion stays.
Well, because no one else got
No
it.
one else got it, so I
But-
stay.
My
We need to bring him in for making the list.
you would have so much fun with that. That's a
And
great show.
you could show him before he leaves. You could show him the championship belt that he could,
You could
take
win
until
for
the
it.
next.
Well, our
episode.
next making the list is June 27th too. I know I didn't get to participate in the last one, and I look forward to getting the belt back because I'm pretty good at that.
Oh
stuff.
my goodness.
All right,
this
try a
is
piece
good.
of fudge. Which
Here,
which
give
one
the-
did you try?
Here, give that. I did not
Oh,
use
my
it.
Lord.
Just cut my fudge with it.
No, I'm good. I don't mind
You
using.
sure?
I'm going to try the.
Like chocolate peanut butter.
Did you try the chocolate peanut butter?
I did the Butterfinger. I'm just crushing the Butterfinger.
Strawberry is really good.
The Butterfinger is just
my
it's
God.
a 10.
It's ridiculous.
10? Did anyone try the turtle?
Not yet.
No, that one's next.
I'm trying the turtle.
Oh wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the Butterfinger was gone in 60 seconds.
What do you think, Bert? Good fudge?
Excellent.
Hurts like when's the next time I can come out?
Come on,
No.
you're not
Very.
supposed to talk with your mouth full?
That
Oh my goodness, is that good?
Oh yeah.
was amazing. Absolutely.
I dare say that makes some of the best fudge I've ever had.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My daughter's watching in Maryland.
She is?
She just ratted me out to my wife. I'm in big trouble.
That's hilarious. All right, we have a couple of minutes left. Anything else we want to say about the new school project?
I do. I want to say that here we are in the vocational technical school, and believe it or not, these are the workers that
Yeah.
we're going to be building these schools.
Absolutely.
I have absolutely no doubt that we've already had alumni from Westfield on the project, and we will continue to have alumni
Nice.
on the project. And it's the good work that you do here at the academy that allows us to continue to
Yeah.
build the infrastructure of tomorrow.
Our kids now are just building a house on Mill Street. I don't know if you've driven by it.
It's
but
going great.
It's going great. It looks terrific. And can I tell you that over the summer, every year over the summer, I get calls about if we have any kids that want to work in the construction business from our carpentry program. I mean, it's amazing. And the demand is really, really high.
Yeah.
So it's good.
They can always do an addition in row.
At your house?
Minor little
It's not big
transportation,
enough yet.
minor little transportation costs, but
But to piggyback that though, whoever buys that house
It's
is
going to have a beautiful home.
It's just
Yeah.
you know.
I remember being in there when just the first floor was up, and
Oh,
now
yeah.
the progress has been amazing. Bert, you want anything you want to just conclude our show with today?
I just want to say that we've really enjoyed working with Westfield, the school department, the building committee, city council, and of course all the staff and everybody who's been involved in the project.
Absolutely.
It's been
I want to shout out Susan Dargy.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's been incredible with that education plan too. She was instrumental with
Susan
that.
Dodgy was
Lots of
instrumental.
calls
Yeah.
in the evenings and things. I mean, the people you've got working for Westfield extremely dedicated and committed to the success of this project.
Absolutely.
Susan Dargy, she would call me in the evenings or on weekends with questions, and really it'll show in the building. It'll show in the final product that we've got here. That,
So excited for that. Tammy, anything?
I just want to thank the school building committee.
Yeah.
These are volunteers that volunteer their time, evenings.
And we throw a lot at them.
Yeah.
And, they've really stepped up to the plate. Some of the fun stuff is coming now, picking the furnishings and the playground equipment and that type of stuff, which really now makes the project come full circle, and you really get to be more hands-on. So I thank them for all their help. It makes my job easier when I can ask a question and I get an answer.
Right. Well,
really-
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I like the answer part, somebody responds.
All right. Well, that's it.
This is it for the season, by the way.
Right. We're
as we
done.
said.
This is the season closer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where were you
guys
when
are
we talked
live.
about that?
Renewed.
You guys
We're
were
the last episode.
You guys are Mariano Rivera, man,
No
coming out of the bullpen.
No cliffhanger today.
No
Yep.
cliffhanger. No, we don't have that.
We'll
but
see everyone in the fall, I'm sure. With
You'll be back
another
on.
Update.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
Yeah.
it wasn't bad, right,
I
Bert?
am,
Are you?
I am
fun.
requesting
Good time. And
breakfast
this
at
fudge.
the next one, so do it on National Breakfast Day.
I'll figure that out. Do you like eggs Benedict?
Not eggs Benedict, but I'll do any kind of an omelet.
You are awful
know,
fussy.
Very
bagel.
picky.
They're going to give you food and you are
We have-
Well,
I
I'm thinking
want
that we
this.
should put an order in.
Dan, we have cooked omelets live in the
we're
studio.
project
Right, we
planning
have cooked
professionals.
omelets.
We want to plan our meal.
Well, we got to find National Omelet Day, and then the kids will make an omelet, and you get to pick your
Oh.
fixins, what you want in it, and they'll cook it right in front of you, and then they put it on a plate. It can't be any fresher, and that's just what our kids do here.
Yeah.
It's terrific.
It sure is.
Yeah. All right, Pete.
Very much,
Well, thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, and
Thank
we will
you.
catch you in September, folks. Thanks for watching, and have a
Have
wonderful,
a wonderful
long weekend.
long weekend.
All right.